So when I started living here, the first thing that I noticed is that I was afraid to drive.
Getting behind the wheel, learning new signs, roads, and driving customs was just one hurdle Jaqueline Garcia of Des Moines had to overcome immigrating to a new country. After getting married 10 years ago, she moved from Mexico to the United States.
When I arrived to the US in 2010 to live, I just felt like I lost my identity for completely. I didn't know who I was. So it was pretty difficult for me to process all of that.
And that was just the beginning of fitting in the U.S. As you can tell, Jaqueline has a strong accent, and that brings with it a lot of unfair assumptions.
And I'm not worried about my accent, but I noticed that that is something that even that people can think that, oh, this person is not educated because her accent, or oh, she's from Mexico, so maybe she didn't finish the high school, something like that. That happened to me.
But what if Jaqueline had a French accent, or one from the UK or Italy? Those might be considered exotic, even refined. But Latin American immigrants face a different reality, a unique form of racism. If you're brown-skinned and you have an accent from a Spanish-speaking country, you might be illegal, even a criminal.
We don't do that with Canadians. When people think, oh, undocumented immigrants are coming to work, people here in Washington State don't even think about Canadians. I've known many Canadians that are here with no documents. Nobody questioned them.
Maru Mora Villalpando is also from Mexico.
I think this was probably the first time I came to Seattle.
She's a community activist known for her advocacy for immigrants.
We were not afraid of ICE. We're ready to fight back.
Especially those held in ICE detention centers.
So precisely the criminalization of immigrants was created under the assumption that we're all Mexicans, we're all here undocumented, and because we speak Spanish, we are giving ourselves away and we need to be detained and deported.
A 2012 study conducted by the National Hispanic Media Coalition showed media portrayals of Latinos can exacerbate negative stereotypes. The same study also found a majority of respondents associated Latinos with roles like criminal, maid, or gardener based on television shows and movies.
People assume that all Latinos are undocumented, all Latinx families are undocumented, and the other thing is they assume that we didn't have access to education.
And that assumption would be way off for Jaqueline Garcia.
I'm a surgeon dentist. I graduated from the university in 2007.
That's right, Jaqueline is an oral surgeon who owned her own practice in Mexico. A perfect example of how you can't assume someone's educational or legal status based on the way they speak. Take these two women. Can you guess which one is here without papers?
When I came out as undocumented, people were shocked. Light skin, I speak English, I have a business. At some point I did lobbying, both here in the state and in the capital, in DC. Nobody would ever think of me as undocumented.
Maru and other leaders in the Latino community say we can all do better, beginning with language, embracing accents of all types, and leaving assumptions behind.
I would dare anybody that is an adult watching this show to try to learn a second or third language and see how you get it. And yet, there's also an expectation that you have to speak perfect English, that you have to have a perfect accent, instead of recognizing how beautiful it is, each of our accents, because it reflects who we are, where we're coming from.
As for Jaqueline, instead of pursuing a dental practice, she's overcome her fear of driving and is empowering other immigrant women to do the same. She founded Mujer al Volante, which translates to Women at the Wheel, a nonprofit that helps others get their driver's license, giving them more freedom, self-confidence, and connection to community.
Many immigrants that face the racism, the discrimination, the stereotypes, they are, and I are, very resilient.